Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, WrestleMania proudly brings to you. It is I, your inaugural four-time and now first ever Co-Ramblemania Heavyweight Champion, AZBI Zombie. Joining along with me as always.
Twin Savage! Let's go, making history for the first time. It is co-champion, the iZombie, Twin Savage. We're here. Let's go.
We are Twin Magic, and welcome to another episode of Rantz, where we give you the good, the bad, and we book this shit of Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, if any of you guys saw the Fastlane reactions, I retained the championship, but there was a twist added to it. Since TJ the Great now finally has his own championship, now we don't have to joke on him anymore. We've officially been announced as the first ever inaugural Co-Ramblemania Heavyweight Champions. So Twin Magic shares this belt. So it doesn't matter where it goes to. This could go to Twin Magic. This could go to Banter Club. No matter where it goes to, it still belongs in Ramblemania, whether Banter Club likes it or not.
I'm saying this. Whether Banter Club likes it or not, we are retaining this championship at WrestleMania, whether you like it or not. Bring your A game. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, basically, the Fiend showed up, saved my ass, and had Alexa Bliss beat Randy Orton, and the Fiend just looks like a fucking zombie, indeed. I mean, I know I'm not, but that guy's a fucking zombie.
Cheers. Let's cheers the belt. Cheer the belt so we put them down.
Well, I'm not putting them down yet. I'll put mine down in a minute. Okay. We do got some wrestling news to start off with before we begin our Raw rants. We like to start off with Eric Bischoff finally being inducted into the Hall of Fame, along with the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, Glenn Jacobs, is now being inducted into the Hall of Fame. This was announced during the bump, and The Undertaker made the announcement to him via FaceTime or Zoom. And I could see in Kane's face, like he looked like he was about to tear up there for a minute.
I think he was. There was a tear coming down, I think, this cheek.
I mean, this is the most professional and the most human we've seen Kane, outside of the mask and unmasking and corporate Kane and all that other stuff. But I'm happy that this is finally happening for him. If it's not the Undertaker this year, that's gotta be Kane.
It's gotta be Kane.
So yes, congratulations to Glenn Jacobs, and again, also congrats to Eric Bischoff too, because he's another one who deserved to be in the WWE Hall of Fame for everything that he's done with WCW, creating the NWO, putting WCW out of business. Let me stop. Him coming to Monday Night Raw, being the GM, doing his stuff really, and he's done a lot for the wrestling business. If you don't want to talk about the whole TNA thing,
you forgot one more.
What is it?
The Great Khali.
Is that true?
Yes, that is very true.
Oh my God!
The Great
Someone
Khali
shoot
is
me.
in the WWE Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people are gonna have complaints. I like it. One, he didn't do a lot, but you gotta understand his position. He is a very, very tall man. Very tall, very big, from India. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first Indian heavyweight champion.
World champion,
yes.
He held on to the big gold belt. Remember, he won that in a battle royal. That was when I think it was Edge that vacated the belt because he had an angle with Kane, and something happened in New Orleans. They did a little Mardi Gras skit, and then Kane showed up, and I don't know, got Edge injured during that segment. Edge vacated the belt, and then that following night, wow, I'm surprised I remember most of this shit.
Hey man, listen.
The following night, we had a battle royal to determine the World Heavyweight Champion. This was probably the second time that they've done this, that they've had the world title be defended in a battle royal. The first one was Kurt Angle, and then he went on to Mania 22.
I was
The
just about
next one was the Great Khali now. And,
yeah, go ahead.
when you just saying that, I'm like truly dumbfounded that this is really true, because I thought this was a joke. I
Nah,
really thought this was something that, like,
it was announced on an Indian show in India. Like
and
they
I and I and I think that's the reason why they're putting him in the Hall of Fame, is because WWE now has their own Indian promotion and shit,
sure.
and they want to give the 1.3 billion people of India more clout by having one of their own people be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, look at it like this, right? Like for what he did for the time being, you feel me? Because let's be honest, there wasn't a lot that they could have done with the Great Khali. He wasn't that well like on the mic. You feel me? Like
He
his
couldn't walk,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's what I was just about to say. His movement in the ring wasn't all that. So what he got to do and what he means as the first Indian world heavyweight champion, he deserves it. I feel like that's it's good. I mean, there's a lot more people that should be in the Hall of Fame, but congrats to Great Khali, man. But that's those everybody that we named, right? Off the top of the show, man, all those people deserve it in their own way. So it's good to see them. Shout out to them.
And Batista is stepping down for this year's Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he just doesn't want to do it in front of a virtual crowd. He wants to do it in front of actual people,
It's
where
understandable.
people could actually chant "Thank you, Batista."
Yes.
It's very understandable. It's very logic of him to do that. And plus, he probably has like other big projects that he needs to do and all this other junk.
Look, when it comes to somebody like Batista, and let's be honest, when somebody like Batista, he deserves the fans to be there when he gets not when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. That monster, because I believe not monster. Let me that's Kane's. This animal,
Yeah,
this animal has done a lot for this for WWF for me. Like he's been multiple champions. He's had some great rivalries. I believe one of the matches they said that he had was great was with John Cena when he did the Batista bomb from the top ropes. Remember that? I think it was on John Cena.
I think that was SummerSlam
Yeah,
2008.
it,
Isn't that when Cena broke his neck?
I think so. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think
Yeah,
so.
because Cena went for a leg drop. Batista countered it to a Batista bomb. Yeah,
Yep.
that's where he broke his neck.
Yeah. So he that man has done a lot, man. And honestly, I agree with his decision. I feel like it wasn't a bad thing for him to postpone it because like he deserves that, man. He deserves that energy from the fans, the real people, man. Like he deserves that, and I respect it. And nothing bad about that. Oh, another announcement, real quick. I know there's a few of them. Impact is now going on Thursdays, April 8th. April 8th,
Really?
Impact is moving on to Thursday. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
now everything is going to be in complete order. You have Raw on Mondays, you have NXT Tuesday, you have AEW
Wait,
Wednesday.
is NXT still moving to Tuesday?
Yes, they're still moving after Stand and Deliver. They're gonna start moving to Tuesdays.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So you have AEW on Wednesdays. You have Impact now going back to Thursdays, and then you got SmackDown.
Let's go.
There's too much wrestling within those 5 days of the week.
Listen. You know what it does for me? It gives me something to watch. Okay.
Huh? Let me see this. There's you got 3 hours plus the other ones are just 2 hours. So that's 5 hours plus fucking 7 hours plus 9 hours. That's 11 hours of wrestling throughout Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Literally 11 hours. And then not only that, if you're really really a big fan of wrestling and you just don't want to watch anything that's not like America's Got Talent or Keeping Up with the Kardashians, you have your AEW Dark Elevation, you have your AEW Dark, you have NWA coming back with the Power Show, and they have the second show that they're doing.
You also have MLW.
That too.
You
You have
also
New
have
Japan Strong. So there's too much
yeah,
shit.
there's so much
There's
wrestling.
too much. There's too much to handle. It's like
Oh,
wrestling needs to be a genre of certain things. Like Mondays are the entertainment. Tuesday is I have nothing else to watch, so I'm gonna watch wrestling on Tuesdays. Wednesday is I have motive to watch AEW now since NXT moved to Tuesdays. Thursdays is I have nothing to watch on regular television, so I'm gonna watch Impact. Friday, it's like, do I really want to watch SmackDown? Saturday, you have nothing to do until a random Sunday shows up where it's just a pay-per-view.
Well. This in the next 2 weeks, we got a hell of a rest. We got a lot of fucking
Yeah,
rest.
we have way too much wrestling coming up in the next few weeks. We have
Ah,
Monday Night Raw, then we
sir,
have the Hall of Fame,
yes,
then we
sir.
have Wednesday and Thursday NXT Takeover, Stand and Deliver. Stand is night one, Deliver is night two, and then you have SmackDown on Friday, and then you have night one of WrestleMania, and then night two. So yeah, we're gonna be fucking tired.
Yeah,
From watching all of
WrestleMania.
that shit. I think this is the one time out of the year where everyone just says, fuck every other promotion that's on. I'm just gonna watch WWE because this is WrestleMania week. And once it's WrestleMania week, I'm not focusing on anything else. Fuck New Japan, fuck AEW, fuck Impact.
Yo,
I don't care what's going on. WrestleMania is too important to pass on.
yo, well. Oh, we
Submitted
throwing
to
it?
the
I
approval.
can't throw this like you throw yours, but I'm gonna place it.
Submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania show. This is the tale of uh the her business almost breaking up. Oh,
Yeah, my
well,
soul.
to be blunt with it, this is the tale of Bobby Lashley not taking more of the her business as shit. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's ramble.
Let's rebel.
So we open Monday Night Raw at the Thunderdome, and we open up with a rematch from last week that took place in the main event and is now the curtain jerker of the show. We have
Sure.
Sheamus taking on Bobby Lashley in in another regular match.
I mean,
What were your thoughts on this?
um, once again, once again, it was two big guys going at it. Hard hitting. Um, every time we get a match like this, it keeps me very focused. I want when I see two guys like that, it's not like how I see two cruiserweights go at it. You feel me? Like sometimes you can see like when they're not hitting each other. But when these two guys like or somebody like Drew, when they go at it, man, you literally see them hitting each other, bro. Like and then the shit is that you can see the marks on their body. So you can't sit here and tell me like, yo, these guys ain't hitting each other, bro. Look at the marks that these guys are leaving on each other, bro. Literally like lacerations, bro. It's insane. I like it, but I feel I'm liking that now they're pushing Sheamus a little. Like they push him a little more. And I like that. It was for a while we haven't seen Sheamus, so it's definitely good to see him and getting back in there and brawling with some of the best. The match was pretty good though. I liked it. It was like in the middle for me, but I liked it.
Okay, so you know what Six is gonna think when he sees this shit?
He said, "Go away."
When he sees this fucker stole my gimmick. Because he wears these types of glasses like a lot, but then when he sees this, it's like, oh no, wait, never mind.
Yo,
Okay, so
I'm not gonna lie, right?
so
The only thing that I don't like about the glasses is that it has belt. Like if it would have had like a little V, like on maybe like on the bottom of the glasses, but you
like
got a
on my shirt.
like you have a whole Velveteen Dream like on one. That's the only thing that irks me. But those glasses are tough, and I like them. And they look dope on you, bro.
I'm just glad that they actually sent me my shit because when I got mad that they didn't send me my shit last time, I wanted to send them a nasty letter. Um, it's funny. You basically said the same shit that you said last week about this match. So I'm just gonna say the same thing. This was a really good match. It showcases Bobby Lashley's like capabilities as a champion. It shows Sheamus is a worthy opponent for the WWE Championship. What happens is just overall, like I told you last week, there was going to be some issues with the Hurt Business, and we're now finally seeing it here. So the match is getting good. It's getting great. The match ends with Sheamus getting to tap out from the Hurt Lock.
Yeah.
Post match is basically Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander. They pull Sheamus out. They start beating him up. Bobby Lashley ain't with this shit now.
He's
So
not
Drew
with.
McIntyre comes out
Yeah.
and he saves his best friend. So, it was a good match between these two. These two are legit powerhouses in the company, and I feel as if they could deliver more if Lashley is not the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I know where Sheamus is going to be going towards
Oh
for
yeah, we know.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, we know. We know where he going.
Yeah, everyone really thought it would be Keith Lee. We don't even know when he's coming back.
I got some news on him. Maybe we could talk about it later. Maybe like
You
after.
could you could talk about it now because I'm just waiting for the next segment to pop up.
It was saying that it was saying that he was injured. It was saying that he was injured, but now he's like he's still not ready. He's still not ready to return yet, but he's doing much better like on his recovery, and that's really what it was. He was just recovering, but I guess they ain't put it out there or something. But
Uh,
that's what it was. He was injured, so now he's just trying to get back into shape and to make sure he's good. Make sure he's at 100 when he does come back. So it should be soon. I would say give it maybe like another maybe three months or 2 months maybe. But yeah, that's what it was. That's what I read up on today. Somebody had posted a quick article giving some updates on Keith Lee.
yeah, I mean, hopefully he makes a speedy recovery,
I,
and
I hope so, man.
I know this might not be his moment to appear at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
If this injury is serious, I mean, there's still 2 weeks left. Don't be surprised if he makes a big return or anything.
I won't be surprised if he shows up. Honestly, bro. Like I won't be so. Like honestly, bro. Like I'll be thinking that he's gonna be the one to just join the Hurt Business, bro. Like right now, we see the Hurt Business is going through what they're going through, bro. But as for what I've seen, Jalbatiers had told MVP that they hope the Hurt Business is good, and he replied that the Hurt Business is gonna be good for a while. So maybe this is just a bump in the road. Cause remember we had the same thing with Shelton and Cedric where they were kind of going back and forth. Now they seem good. So
Mhm.
maybe this is just a bump to Lashley to let him know, yo, step it up, or not. I'm done with y'all. You feel me?
So this is a prime example. Speaking of them, we cut backstage now. We see Cedric and Shelton. They're walking together and they run into MVP and Bobby Lashley. Again, Bobby Lashley ain't having this shit. Neither is MVP. And this is why I was telling you last week that like, okay, there might be some dissension here now since MVP is now more focused on Lashley and not focused on his other guys anymore.
Yeah.
MVP feels as if what he's done is like what's done is done now with the Hurt Business. Bobby Lashley's the champion. I need to focus more on him now. I can't focus on these other guys.
Yeah, I feel like that as well, and I feel like that only because they lost the tag team championships. You know, honestly, I feel that they have an opportunity to regain the tag team champion. I feel like they should. The Hurt Business was doing well. I didn't see why in the hell they had the Hurt Business lose. But if they plan on splitting up the Hurt Business, I'm gonna be upset. You didn't even really give them a chance to like really like oil you the wheel, man. Get the ball rolling. You feel me? Like they just recently won the tag team championship, and then now you have them lose to New Day, somebody that don't need the tag team champions at all. Tag team
And that's what
champions.
I was saying. So like they have a match, Cedric and Shelton. They have a match with Drew McIntyre later on tonight,
Yeah,
and basically, again, Bobby Lashley and MVP, they're not really digging any of this shit. And this is where I see Bobby Lashley's character starting to, change a little bit because now he doesn't feel as dominant as he was when he first won it and when he was holding on to it for those 2 weeks. Now I feel like they're just doing the whole chicken shit heel thing. Now it's it's starting to simmer, and I'm hoping it was just this show that
yeah.
simmered it, so that way they can just push him back up the following week. Peyton Royce, after speaking up on Raw Talk, saying everything that she says, she's going up against Asuka now. What were your thoughts on this match?
Um, About fucking time. About time for Peyton Royce, honestly. I still think she's a little green, like in the ring, just a little, like not OD, just a little. Cause like sometimes when she does some move, you could tell like it didn't hit, and that's why I feel like they need to focus on a little bit more. Like definitely with her, like making sure that the moves they look legit. They don't gotta hit, but you gotta make them look a little bit legit. But I'm definitely proud of her. It sucks, like she said, that it took her this long, like it took her having to go on Raw Talk to speak out for her to get an opportunity, which I feel that shouldn't have happened. But honestly, that it looks like everybody that's starting to speak out on Raw Talk is getting opportunities. Cause you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa Ali went on Raw Talk, blah 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 blah. He got opportunity for the United States Championship. You got Peyton Royce did the same thing. She had a shot to face Oscar. So it's good to see her have an opportunity. I hope they start doing more with her. And just to put it out there, man, I hope they bring the Iconics back, man, because they both ain't doing shit,
That's
bro.
what I was thinking. Also, it's like well, my opinions on this match. This was a good. I mean, yeah, Peyton Royce is still a little green,
A little
but
green.
she put on. She gave it her 110% in this match.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say like this was the best match of the night. It was just something for Peyton Royce to do. They gave her the time that she needed to be in the ring with Asuka. I'm a little disappointed that it wasn't for the women's championship,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna talk about why I this was another one that like I got upset about, but I wasn't as like upset of like the New Day winning the tag belts. I got upset for one reason in this match, and I'll explain it in a minute. So yeah, these two are going back and forth. These two are actually wrestling for a good 12 minutes, which is perfect for these two.
Yeah.
You know, and she taps out, so the Oscar lock. That's it. Match is over. Good showcasing for Peyton Royce. Hopefully she gets more. Um, my main issue with her was they put her in random teams that she didn't really click or belong in. Like, for example, with Lacey Evans.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Lacey Evans should not be teaming with anyone. She should not. She should not be teaming with any woman on the roster. She should not be having Ric Flair by her side. She is a good talker, but she's not that good of a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She could work that microphone. She could sell me on anything. The problem is it's all the shit that WWE books her on. The same thing that they're gonna be doing with Peyton Royce. It's like after this, what's next for her? I don't know. Because look who shows up out of fucking nowhere. Ripley.
I knew. I knew. Did you like this? Because obviously, I want to go.
You know what? Before I give you my answer on that, I'm just gonna let you know right now. This is not Rhea Ripley's official main roster debut, and I'm sick and tired of people with the stupid incorrectness of the commentary of everyone else. Like she debuted last year. No, she debuted years ago when there was a fucking crowd. Okay, who did she beat? She beat Sarah Logan.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So again,
I know.
I'm happy that she made her debut, but this was not a debut. This was basically her return, and they had to push her back into NXT because she lost to Charlotte at last year's Mania, and it was not going to look good for her on the main roster. So they kept her on NXT. They gave her the time off, and then she went back to NXT. Now, for them saying that she made her debut on Monday Night Raw on this week is bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. And WWE really needs to, be correcting themselves, because I be on my lore when I find shit, and I always have to fucking look at everything. That's why I'm always late on certain things. That's why I have to see everything else before I go on here and start talking about it, because then I could be wrong. So since Charlotte has been tested positive for COVID, and they talked about it here on Raw now, which is
I was gonna go in on that.
I'm like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me it takes you guys one whole year, 1 year to finally talk about COVID. You guys are doing ads, ads about COVID vaccines. You guys got Roman Reigns talking about it. Bobby Lashley just won the title and already he's doing commercials.
Um, facts.
See how
Um,
weird this shit is?
it's
Like
very, very weird.
at first people like at first it was just like, oh, we have to censor it. We can't talk about it. Like if people talk about it on YouTube, people will get demonetized. If people talk about it on anywhere near the television, you're either gonna get fired or you're gonna get fined. Now it's just like, oh, we're free to talk about this now. This is just cool. This is just cool now to talk about. So yeah, because they made the announcement that Charlotte has tested positive for COVID. Rhea Ripley will be taking Charlotte's place to face Asuka at WrestleMania. And I'm sorry, Rhea, but you're losing this one because Asuka needs a singles win.
I think so. I don't know.
She Asuka really needs a singles win. I'm sorry.
I love you.
If you don't give a singles win to Asuka, there's a problem. What is that?
It's a sign with glitter and Dr. Sprinkles for my niece.
Oh my god.
So okay, so my opinion on everything that happened in that segment, man, I am big on Rhea Ripley. I was excited, man. Once I just heard that, this is my brutality. Yo, oh my, bro, I lost it. I lost it, and like, there's gonna be a slight where I disagree with you, and that's gonna be where do I think? I don't think so. I like. I feel like Shaw. I feel like one because now thinking about it, like now that I'm thinking about it, right? I feel like one, it could be good if Rhea Ripley wins because she lost the NXT championship to Charlotte at WrestleMania.
Okay, but also hear me on this. Hear me on this before you say your thing. Asuka hasn't won at WrestleMania. Okay, they lost the women's tag team belts to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Even in tag teams, Asuka's had two singles matches. She's lost. No, actually, I think she won. One. I don't remember. But Asuka really needs a singles win. It doesn't have to be, they could still have the rivalry between Asuka and Rhea Ripley because that rivalry is going to be sick.
Yeah.
I like where this is going to be going to, but it doesn't have to be Rhea Ripley's time to win the championship. And then the minute she makes the announcement, they already have the fucking they have the graphic already.
Yeah. So yeah. So that was one of the things. Like I feel like because like my thing is I wouldn't mind seeing it your way as neither Hazel, but one Oscar had that title too long. She's like cause the reign before this was even longer. The reign before this was longer, and then she lost it, gained it back, and now she's back on a reign again.
But here's one thing you gotta understand. Like, yeah, she won it and gained it back, but I'd rather have that reign than have someone else hold on to it. Like, trust me, if this was Charlotte, I think you'd be way more upset than I'd be.
I mean, yeah, but so you got
Now, with everything with Oscar that took place between her and Sasha Banks with the screw job and then, passing on the women's title like it's some sort of hot potato. I didn't like that. But yeah,
I agree with you on that.
but you know what? I just say this. If it's not Shayna Baszler beating Asuka, it could be Rhea Ripley, but just not at Mania because Asuka really needs her Mania moment. All right, so we go backstage.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. I wasn't done.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to because we seen it now. Rhea Ripley is officially a heel.
Oh, she
Her,
is?
bro, her mention. Bro, first of all, let's be honest. Anybody that mentioned something about COVID beforehand, anything that was mentioned, like anybody that mentioned something about COVID, them having COVID, they got in trouble for.
Okay.
They got in trouble with the company. So we over here, remember, Oscar is a face. Oscar is the good guy. you need a bad guy. Rhea Ripley is that bad guy, and then it puts her on that bad guy pedestal because she comes out of nowhere and just announced that Charlotte has COVID. Nobody in that company has ever came out, or even when they even do it online, like, oh yeah, I got COVID, and they got in trouble with the company. But this girl literally comes out and says, oh yeah, so the reason Charlotte was here last week challenging you, now she's not here. Yeah, let's just say she got COVID. I was like, yo, she just came out and just said that.
Yeah.
That for me, I think that right there solidify her as a heel. Now she's gonna be that bad guy. Cause when Charlotte come back, if Asuka don't have the belt and Charlotte come back, Charlotte's gonna be the face, or she's gonna be the anti-heel. Cause even whether you love her or hate her, if you love her, you still hate her as well. So she's gonna be like the anti-heel, and then Rhea Ripley's gonna be the heel.
So we cut backstage to Adam Pearce and Drew McIntyre. What were they talking about here? Because I wasn't paying attention. Is this where they made the match official, the handicap match?
Yes. He was like, he went up to him. He's like, listen. He's like, I've been here for a while. He's like, listen, I want the Hurt Business. If I beat them tonight, they're banned from ringside at WrestleMania. He was like, okay. And then Drew walked off.
So that was the stipulation. If Drew wins, then Shelton and Cedric are banned from ringside.
Yeah, and that's why I think somebody's gonna join the Hurt Business.
It's either someone's gonna join the Hurt Business, but it has to be like right after Mania. Like this is after Fastlane.
Yeah. So thinking is that somebody joins the Hurt Business, or somebody helps Lashley retain, therefore starting the rivalry between Drew and that person. No, but yeah. Between Drew and that person, whoever that person might be. Which I'm really hoping for Keith Lee, but after the news that I heard today, I don't think it's gonna be him. So yeah. But
it's so funny. Before we go into the next segment, do you remember in the summertime where they used to play those fucking like weird Mountain Dew commercials and shit?
Yeah.
Of those two guys and the horses all sweaty and shit. I'm like, what the
and then the drink comes out the side of the horse.
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I'm like, that commercial played twice every time Raw went to commercials and shit.
You don't find that commercial weird a little bit when he be like, oh, he's like, we don't got, he's like, oh, another commercial? He's like, okay.
I find it to be Vince McMahon's wet dream just to see sweaty men outside in the summer heat, just drenched in sweat, and then they're drinking Mountain Dew. Like, do you remember when, I think it was around 2011, when the commentators would just have Mountain Dew sitting on the tables, and they don't even touch it. They don't touch it. They don't drink it.
It's there for display, bro.
So I used to hate Mountain Dew because of that commercial, but ever since the Super Bowl and John Cena was doing that new Mountain Dew commercial, I've been a huge fan of this shit.
I drank it first. I'm saying that I drank it first. I was on video with it, like 4 of them.
Like I had the Frostbite one. I love the Frostbite one, which is like the actual blue one.
Yeah, that one
is my favorite, but I love this one. This one's really good.
Yeah, no, that one I tried. I drank literally 4 of them, bro. When we was doing the AEW thing, I drank 4 of them, bro. I drank 4 of those shits, literally 4 of them.
And ever since like I stopped working, I've been drinking these and just playing Cold War. I'm like, wow, I'm really a gamer.
Yeah,
now all I need is some G Fuel.
Do some crunches as well, drinking all that garbage.
All right, so we move forward to Miz TV, and
this segment I loved. In a way, at the ending of the segment, I love.
This was a good segment leading up to a random throwaway match, and this is another one that just caught me off guard because to see Jeff Hardy, eat the pin like this, it bothered me. Bro, I'll explain why. Let's talk about the segment first.
Okay.
So, Miz TV begins. they've been talking about how Bad Bunny's been, running amok in WWE, making a name for himself when, he's a celebrity, he doesn't belong.
He doesn't
So they
belong.
make it official. But here's the thing. The
That's the thing.
the angle is not about what happened during the Royal Rumble because, he declined them on making music with them
Yeah.
or, any of this other stuff. No, they're I think they're beefing because Bad Bunny is on the WrestleMania poster and Miz isn't.
Yeah, he was saying he was like, how can somebody that just came into the business, haven't done anything, be on a poster, but yet your first ever 2-time Triple Crown winner.
Grand Slam, not triple.
Sorry, yeah. Yes, Grant, your 2-time Grand Slam champion was not on the cover, but yet Bad Bunny's there like, yeah, I was.
So they make this a one-on-one match, and then it just gets weird from there. Um, so Miz and Morrison they have a song called "Hey Hey Ho Ho," which is probably a pretty funny but cool song. But now they have a new song coming out, and it's "Hey Hey Hop Hop," and they had themselves in the Bad Bunny graphics. I
Hold on.
swear, Morrison is looking more Hispanic by the minute with this
Yo,
stupid fucking. He looks like a Dominican with no shirt on, ready
bro.
to ready to dance bachata to any girl. Smells like Axe deodorant body spray. Drank too much Johnny Walker and wants to play dominoes. Capicu.
Bro, bro. Like honestly, I cannot wait for next week because I heard a preview of the song, bro. That shit sounds fire. And then the fact that you have John Morrison and the Miss speaking Spanish in the song, oh, yo,
Yeah,
bro,
they took the everyday reggaeton beat that everyone uses
yo,
and
bro.
then you see these guys in bunny outfits. I'm like,
Listen,
where in the fuck is Adam Rose right now?
listen. I'm saying it now. If we don't get anything spectacular on next week Raw, this is gonna be the highlight. The music video that they're gonna do on next week on Raw is most likely probably gonna be the highlight of the show, bro. Just hearing that little snip that we heard on Raw, bro. It had if Nikki was here, bro, she'll tell you how hype I was. I was like, yo, I was like, nah, this is gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna
I
be
mean,
fun. It's gonna be fire.
I want to watch it because I know it's just a comedic diss track. This is like on
Yeah.
some Weird Al Yankovic type shit. I want to
Mhm.
watch it because this is just gonna be something that's entertaining. And
Yeah.
when Miz does something entertaining, it's actually pretty good.
It always hits. It always hits. Always.
So
Oh,
we go on to we fast forward onto the match between Jeff Hardy and The Miz. Now before the match starts, Jeff Hardy literally, and we've never seen Jeff Hardy do this or even like it, TNA, WWE. We've never seen him do this in any era that he's been in the world of wrestling.
mhm.
When has Jeff Hardy ever told anyone to tell your dude to leave? When has he ever done that?
Never, bro. But he's at the age, bro, where he wants to fight a fair one, bro. He don't got time for the distraction. That's what would have happened.
So Morrison is just like, hell no, that's not gonna happen. No way. I like parkour. That's not going nowhere. Parkour. And Miz is just like, nah, I got this. I got this. And he's like, you sure? Parkour? Are you sure? I can parkour. He's like, nah, I got this. Go text Taya and all that other stuff. So Morrison leaves. And we have the match. The match to me was weird because when we see Jeff Hardy go to the top rope and he does a swanton, he goes to the top rope and he just does a wee splash. And I was just like, this is not the Jeff Hardy that we know and love for all the years. And it got weirder and it got weirder. And then all of a sudden, Miz just beats him clean by himself.
I think Jeff Hardy is at the point of his career where he's just helping raise put people over him. Honestly, It's sad because I was just hoping, man, that they'll give Jeff Hardy just one more run. This is most likely his last run with WWE. This is where he said he wants to end his career.
That shit ain't gonna happen.
I
He's
know it's
mo-
not gonna
it's
happen.
most likely yeah, he'll end his WWE career in
Oh,
WWE.
Matt, he's going Matt.
He'll go back to his brother
Mm.
because at least, Matt
They have
Hardy with this.
to together.
Go ahead, finish what you had to say before I say my shit.
No, I was just gonna say that honestly, they have to end it together. They're the Hardy Boys. It's not like it was just like, oh, when they debuted it was just Matt and then it was Jeff. No, when they debuted it was the Hardys. You feel me? So you know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like yeah, this might, like I said, this is gonna be the end of his WWE career. But I was just hoping that if this is gonna be his end of his WWE career, let him have a title. It don't have to be the main, the WWE Championship, the Universe Championship, but let him hold a title, one last title, bro, one last title before he goes, man. Give us that,
I
and
mean, the last title that he held was the Intercontinental, and he had that rivalry with AJ Styles, I believe.
he's gonna
I mean,
win.
look, if he's not gonna win the Universal, I mean, I feel bad that like because Matt Hardy left, and when he left, it was just like, oh, it's basically the same shit as always. They don't see me as this big draw; they see my brother as this big draw. So I'm gonna go become a big draw somewhere else. And everywhere that Matt Hardy goes, he becomes a big draw when he's a singles guy. Impact, AEW, he's now a big draw because of everything that he's doing over there. Jeff Hardy right now is losing to the Miz of all people. I think this is the time where if Jeff Hardy is in the armbar, then yeah, this is his final year in the company, and he's gonna go somewhere else, and he's most likely going to end up with his brother. And I don't mind that because you know what? They have one more tag team run in them, and if they win the AEW tag belts, that's fine. They could be the only team in history to win the WWF tag team belts, the WWE World Tag Team titles, the Raw Tag Team titles, the SmackDown Tag Team titles, the Impact Tag Team titles, the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles, every other title that they've won throughout their expedition of gold. You know, it's all just gonna expand. And then, Jeff Hardy coming into AEW, we could finally have them win the AEW tag belts, and we could get Hardys versus Bucks.
We we need before the Hardys end their career, they need to go for two titles, two tag team titles that they do not have, and that's AEW and New Japan.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would like to see them go. I would like to see them go to New Japan, especially Jeff Hardy, since he's wrestled in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So after the match transpires, the Miz and Morrison. Well, Miz is celebrating in the ring.
That's true.
Last week, Kevin Dunn fucked up when Bad Bunny got whacked with the guitar. We didn't see it. We had to see a replay. So he redeems himself once again. Except this time, remember how the guitar shot looked when he hit Bad Bunny? It didn't look like as
Yeah,
impactful, and it didn't break.
yeah, because he had the pad on. He had the pad on.
That too. This one actually broke on the Miz, and he like just
Like right
whacked it on him. I'm like,
here.
good shit.
It was a good hit. It was a good hit by Bad Bunny too. Like he hit a real like,
First time Bad Bunny ever used a weapon in WWE, a gimmick weapon, and I don't know what it was. I think Bad Bunny was supposed to do something after that, and I think he forgot. Grabs the mic and accepts the Miz's challenge, and he points at the WrestleMania sign, and immediately right after that, fucking graphic.
yeah, it was already, bro. The graphic was already. Look, one thing I'm gonna say about Bad Bunny, like he just needs to work on a little bit, like his acting, because right, he was already on the ramp, right, and he was breathing okay, bro. The next thing you know, right before he spoke, he was like,
Yeah, he was doing Shane McMahon breathing.
I was like, come on, Bad Bunny, I love you, bro, but just fix that a little bit, bro. You was perfect fine. You ain't had to do all that. You was perfect. You could have been like, okay, I accept. Like that's it. You ain't had to do the whole breathing thing. But still big ups to Bad Bunny, man. He's doing his thing, and honestly, I can't wait to see what they do with him in WrestleMania. And I hope he don't have any pad. He don't need any pad. That should look too stupid on him. Well, like definitely when the guitar hit, I get it. You gotta protect him. He is a mega star. He's a mega musician. Musical guy. So you
Mm-hmm.
gotta protect him. But man, that I ain't gonna lie, man. That when he got hit with the guitar, man, it looked bad, man. It looked a little bad,
It looked
but
horrible.
yeah, it looked bad. So I'm happy, they switched it out and they let him hit the Miz this time, because the Miz don't need no padding. The Miz, he's awesome. So it was great. And once again, like I said, I'm looking to see what they do for him at WrestleMania, since it's a singles match, which I don't think any of us were expecting it to be a singles match.
We cut next to AJ Styles and Omos coming out. They cut a promo in the ring. And, they talk about how they're going to destroy the New Day at WrestleMania, making AJ Styles a Grand Slam champion and giving Omos his first ever WWE championship in the company and him debuting. Omos is the second person next to Fandango to make his official wrestling debut at Mania, like his first ever match in WWE.
Yeah.
Like, how Fandango had like matches, but then, the whole gimmick was Lillian Garcia fucked up his name and he would just leave. And then his match was against Jericho and he beat him. I'm like, what?
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the craziest thing I've seen, bro. Like, you got a megastar in Chris Jericho, and then somebody that just debuted, Fandango, beats him clean with a flying leg drop.
And you wanna know what this whole angle was about? Chris Jericho being on Dancing with the Stars.
And he wasn't.
No, he was.
No, no, I'm saying Fandango.
Well, Fandango was a dancing gimmick.
Yeah, but
So it was just like, oh, because Chris Jericho is trying to do something different outside of his wrestling career and his rock star career. He wanted to, be on television. I don't know if he hosted or if he was just participating in it. But either way, it was just like that was where the angle was heading towards.
yeah.
So he mentioned some hints from past WrestleManias. He tells Omos how he's gonna bury the New Day like under the ring, like he's gonna choke slam them through the ring and then bury them in dirt and all this other stuff. And I'm like, boneyard match, huh? Yeah, you're bringing up boneyard matches. So this is where things get from serious to funny. It went from Lance Storm, if I could be serious for a minute, to the New Day coming out, playing the know-it-all game. Like, do you know your partner Omos? Like, I know Kofi Kingston. What's Omos's favorite color? Red. No, it's mauve.
I didn't even know mauve was a color. Honestly,
I had to look that up. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is a mauve? I'm like, is that? I thought at first it was like a brown color, because it sound.
It's like when he say like I was thinking like maybe like a little bit lighter than dirt color, like I was thinking like around there, but then when I seen it, I'm like, what?
I was thinking more darker. And you know what it is? With Almost on the mic now, it's like I want to laugh at everything he says because it's not that he's like a walking punchline. He just comes in at the correct moment when something is funny. He's basically the end all to that joke. So yeah, what's your favorite color? Red. It's mauve. What's Omos's favorite ice cream? Like mint chocolate chip with Reese's peanut butter cup.
No. He's a vanilla bean. He's a vanilla bean.
I'm just making shit up. But I know the answers to it. And it's like, who's his favorite wrestler? Me, AJ Styles, Andre the Giant.
I was like, yo. He's like, it doesn't matter. He's like,
and after that little tirade that I had on the New Day becoming 11-time tag team champions, it's only a matter of time before they start adding more tag teams. And I'm hoping they start adding more tag teams in this. Like, I want Cedric and Shelton to get the rematch. Like, I didn't want them to just lose, and then all of a sudden they're not getting their fucking rematch clause because of reasons.
I honestly, and I like to go back a little bit to the Hurt Business. I feel I feel like this is not the end of Hurt Business. This is just a bump on the road. There's just a bump in the road for them to know, like, listen, stay in your lane. You guys' lane is the tag team lane. You guys don't have to come in and and attack Sheamus, because literally, right when they attacked Sheamus, that's what made Drew McIntyre came out, and that's why he was pissed off. Because if they didn't beat up Sheamus after the match, Drew McIntyre would never came out. But them beating up Sheamus led to that happening, and then led to what I think didn't no led to them standing in the ring face to face. Like, so it was, like, I like I said, I don't think this is the end of the Hurt Business. I think this is just a bump in the road, and I hope they rematch for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Well, I'm hoping that actually happens. So we have the match. I think it's Kofi Kingston taking on AJ Styles. Yeah, what were your thoughts on this match?
Kofi Kingston taking on AJ Styles. Honestly, it's like what you should expect. Two athletic guys, not even strong because they're not strong. They're athletic. Just the back and forth. The high flying spots. The technical. You know, mat maneuvers that AJ Styles. I really enjoyed the match. Um, it's just for me it's a little weird, to just see like AJ facing the New Day. Like when it came out of nowhere, but honestly, the match was good. It was decent. It was decent for the time that they had in the ring. And I believe AJ no AJ didn't come on top. It was Kofi, right?
Yeah,
I think
actually it was. It actually was. Kofi beat him with the SOS.
yeah.
So this is basically my thoughts. It was again, this was a good match. I like these two when they wrestle. Xavier Woods class act performance. He was doing commentary like at ringside talking about AJ Styles, talking about Kofi. Like the cameras are just focusing on him, like just talking, and it's just so hilarious. There was a spot where AJ was about to go for the phenomenal forearm when surprise trombone comes out and they play AJ Styles old TNA theme. I'm like, you are an asshole.
Get ready to fly.
I'm like, you're an asshole. But again, that's what I like to have those type of hijinks, especially from someone like Xavier Woods.
Yeah, he knows his history. That's why, like, he knows the history.
He's also been in TNA. He was Consequences Creed.
With who
Jay
was it?
Lethal.
Yeah, there you go.
They were known as Lethal Consequences when Jay Lethal was doing his Macho Man impersonation.
The Black Machismo. That's what
Machismo, not Machismo. What the hell?
Oh, I said Machismo. I said the Black Machismo.
But it was a really good showcasing between these two.
Like
would I say this was the match of the night? I could honestly say that it was a pretty good match. Like I think it was something that everyone could obviously say was probably the best thing that ever happened throughout Monday Night Raw. All right, so we come backstage now to Sheamus, and guess who fucking returns? The new guy. Now, so AKA Charlie Caruso's replacement. So apparently he's been on Raw Talk since he showed up. Sheamus is backstage cutting the interview on what happened earlier with Drew McIntyre saving him from the wrath of the Hurt Business. He's talking, and then all of a sudden, here comes a wild Matt Riddle and his scooter.
Yeah.
And so before.
Hey, Skipper.
So before AJ Styles came out, you see Matt Riddle like actually scooting by, and he still calls AJ Styles Skipper. I'm like,
he was like, that was so very serious.
We're still doing the code names, and I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for him to call Sheamus Spitfire because that's what he called him.
That would let him to get that.
So Matt Riddle being toasty. He's being all toasty and shit, giving Sheamus some ideas. Sheamus grabs the scooter. Well, no, he doesn't grab it. Matt Riddle hands him the scooter,
If he
and
said,
my first thought was he's gonna break that shit in half with his knees, and he's just sitting there holding it, and holding it, and holding it, and then finally we get the payoff. He beats Matt Riddle with it. Well, he doesn't beat him with it. He just hits him in the gut with it,
I
and
was hoping he wrote it. Honestly, I was hoping he got on there.
all of a sudden things got really weird in that segment. So Matt Riddle's flip flops are weird. First of all, he gets hit with the scooter. One flip flop comes off his foot. He lands on the floor, and then he kicks the other flip flop off his foot.
Yeah, bro, you don't want to be on TV with just one flip flops on.
But why didn't you just kick them both off at the same time? Why it had to be one? That's how you know he's a true fucking stoner.
I don't know, but I mean, Riddle is funny, man. He's funny, and I like what they're doing with him, man. Because it's like, honestly, it's like that's what you're supposed to do with a character like him. Definitely like the way he is. Like, just let him be himself. Just like how he did with the New Day. You let New Day beat himself. Let Matt Riddle be himself, bro. He's fucking entertaining, honestly.
But I think now we see what they have planned for Sheamus at Mania now.
The United States Championship.
Which is sad because like he's won that belt a few times. Like, can he just win the Intercontinental Championship already?
Wouldn't for that to happen, he would have to go to SmackDown.
I would just say just switch the belts. One US belt can go to SmackDown, and I feel it's more comfortable.
Wait to the drive, because remember they did that with the drive. If you have remember what they did with New Day, they both got drafted, and instead of like that champion going to all they did was switch belts. Okay, here if you're going to SmackDown and we're the tag team champions, and here you take that belt, we'll take this belt. That's it.
All right, so we go on to the 2-on-1 handicap match. Drew McIntyre taking on Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Yeah, go ahead, give your thoughts on this.
I like the match. I wish it would have been like both of them in the ring. That would have been a little bit more entertaining. Honestly, it really would have. It would
like tornado tag rules.
Yeah, it honestly it would have made Drew look a little bit more stronger. Not that he's not already strong, but it would just made him look a little bit stronger. Go the match against the almighty, God-given Bobby Lashley.
Well, I'll explain my thoughts on that before you're done. So go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, I enjoyed the match. The match is good. It's sad for me. It's kind of sad to just see the Hurt Business. Like they lost the tag team titles. Now they're losing to Drew McIntyre. Even though there was a stipulation, it's still for me. It still kind of sucks. It still kind of sucks to. I would have liked Her Business to win because I would have liked them to interfere in the match. But then again, it's like it's WrestleMania. Do you really want any match ending in interference? No, you don't. So it was good to see them lose. The match in general was very good. Shelton is great. Shelton is very athletic. He could do a lot of shit that most people can't even do, even at a young age. So yeah, it was good. It was good to see what they do. I'm always impressed with Cedric, the young Pitbull, which they're calling him now. They're calling him the young Pitbull of the Hurt Business. So it's good to see what they're finally doing with him. The match was great. I enjoyed it. Pretty much it. And then Drew won. So now it's gonna we know for sure 1-on-1 WrestleMania championship.
I think they're making him they're pushing him way too strong. They're making him look way too strong now.
Right, Drew?
Yes, because now he's starting to look like Hogan. He's starting to look like Cena. He's starting to look like Roman for a minute. And I think that if he does win this WWE Championship, it's not going to look good. And I'm hoping, and this is just me being theoretical here. I'm hoping that's not the case. But from what I'm feeling right now, I have a gut feeling that they're making this dude super fucking strong. And I'm scared because we're going to have a live crowd at Mania. So it's been nearly like almost a year since we had a fucking crowd. So imagine if Drew comes out, like what's that reaction going to be? What's Lashley's reaction going to be when he comes out? What's anyone's reaction in general?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Imagine the crowd come back, just start booing the shit out of everybody. Like,
oh no, well after this, after Mania, they're going back to the virtual thing because apparently they're going to find a new location for the Thunderdome since baseball's coming back soon and shit.
Yo, imagine we start seeing Beach Boys again at WrestleMania.
I don't. Please, can we? I don't want to see.
Well, here's crazy, bro.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if people are gonna do that since COVID restrictions and everything, and people are gonna be in pods and bubbles and all that shit. It's gonna be like Jake Gyllenhaal Bubble Boys shit. That's all I'm thinking right now. But
I'm a little interested to see how they're gonna do the setup. Honestly, like I'm very intrigued about that. Like how they're gonna have people and like. Cause WWE is all extra. AEW, they just put them in groups, split them, have them.
They said that they're gonna it's most likely gonna be the same thing as what they're doing in AEW because they have the group tickets and then they have the individual tickets. So the group ones are gonna be like the ones in the fucking pods and shit. So the group ones are
like a pod, like AEW.
Yeah,
they're extra. Like,
everyone's gonna have a pod, but at the same time, like I'm hoping that they do this whole thing with the cardboard fathead stuffs for the empty seats too.
Yeah.
But we just gotta wait and see. My thoughts on this match though.
Yeah. Well, what's your thought, brother?
Good fucking match.
Okay.
These two, Shelton and Cedric, they really gel together as a team. I know that whole thing with them, descending and all that stuff was like an angle and all that shit because maybe they couldn't work together and maybe Cedric just got really hungry and got greedy and wanted to get more recognition. I get it, but these two really gelled together as a tag team. I don't think there's ever a moment that Shelton Benjamin teamed up with someone and it's been a fucking failure. Like I don't want to mention him and Gable because they didn't do nothing with them, and I'm just like that was a good team right there.
You mentioned Charlie Haas, the world's greatest tag team. That was probably the best tag team that man had.
Yeah, that's who.
Those guys were great together.
I'm hoping if the Hurt Business do break up and MVP just focuses on Lashley more, I hope they don't. I hope they keep Cedric and Shelton as a tag team still. I hope they at least keep them as a team.
Like I fuck with you, Jesus, right? But it's weird, right? Because you hate it, and you hate it because you said it plenty of times in this videos. You hate it when they put random teams together, right?
No, but this is a stable. This is something that's different.
It's still a random team though. If they keep them, it's still gonna be. It's gonna be.
But it's not really a random team because they've still been together for a while. It's been like almost gonna be a year that they're gonna be together. So either way, if they're like when I think of makeshift tag teams, I think of people that I know are not gonna last long. Like they just put them together to just face these people for a particular reason.
Yeah, but you felt the same way with Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon,
But that's another thing that's different. I don't care about that because the women's division is already gone to shit, and Vince McMahon basically led it to that shit.
I'm gonna say it right now, and then after this, like then we can move on, right?
Yeah, because I still want to give my thoughts on this match.
Right, you are right, but it's gonna be interesting, right? When we do it live for WrestleMania. Because Combs has a totally different opinion on the women's thing. So it's going to be very interesting to see you and him go back and forth about this. And that's why I'm very excited for WrestleMania because it's gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be intriguing to see like Combs' opinion and then everybody else's opinion. And like it's gonna be fun, but give your opinion on this match. Let's go.
This was still a good showcasing. Cedric with the crazy selling on the Claymore, and once again Drew slapping the fucking leg, just slapping the leg.
How much you think they're getting fined? Like
they're really finding them like $500 to $1,000.
Dude, like, yo, find me, nigga. I'm be claymore the shit out of everybody.
Or just plain and simple, my nigga, just slap your other leg. Slap the leg that you're not using. Why y'all motherfuckers just slap the leg that y'all really use and just show that shit on camera? Like, my nigga. When I wrestled, when I did a super kick, I kick people with my left leg, okay? And I slap my fucking right thigh. Mm-hmm. I'm not these people that fucking do the same thing on contact. That's dumb. Because I don't want that shit shown on camera. And the fact that they've been doing that for so long, it finally took someone from, like, I don't know, main event or from whatever Raw that took place. It took Vince McMahon to finally see that, to realize, like, we can't do this shit anymore.
You know what's funny? Ever since they've been doing that, AEW been using the leg slap.
Oh, of course. No, of course, because that's a shot at the company, because it just goes to show that WWE is the no fun zone.
Yeah, I was dying. Like, I was watching AEW earlier, and one of those brothers, those new brothers that's in AEW, that new tag team, the Fly, the Sky.
What is it? Top Flight?
Yeah, they one of them, cause I think the other one's injured. He was like teamed up with somebody there. Oh, with Brian Pillman and Giff. Who the fuck is Giff Garrison?
Yeah.
And like he was on a roll, and they just kept on slapping. Like, oh yeah, oh. I was like, they go wildin'. Yeah.
But no, this company's dead ass wildin' on doing that shit. But no, it was a great match. You know, Cedric Alexander is an amazing seller, but when he took that Claymore and he did the fucking upside down shit, I'm just like, bro, your neck should have been broken. So we cut now to a women's tag team match. I think it was, if I could see this. Okay, here we go. It's, oh my God. And this is how you know I don't care, because now I'm at that point now. It's Dana Brooke and Mandy taking on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And the sommelier is there. And guess who's on commentary? Lana and Naomi. And guess what? Everyone wants a piece of the sommelier, including Naomi. Bitch, you married. What the fuck are you doing? Like, didn't you have an angle with Mandy Rose? Didn't she try to go after your man? Didn't she, like, appear in this lingerie that was like literally?
I definitely forgot that. That's crazy.
Like, my nigga, she literally lured this nigga to a hotel, and she showed up in this lingerie that was like, you want to talk about rated R, my nigga? Oh shit, Edge needed a cease and desist for that shit, cause she came out in this rated R lingerie. I'm like, there's children watching this, bro. What the fuck? But no,
if we had an old Jerry Lawler.
And once again, this match is just,
it's a filler. It's a filler. That's what it is, bro. It's a filler.
It's a filler, but it's also they're focusing on the sommelier. They're talking more about him, which is like, yo, this nigga is getting all of the fucking attention. This is the Harvey Whippleman of the women's division, of this generation, of this era. Okay. Instead, he could flip, he could do tricks, he could be in the next Bad Boys movie, and all he needs is two knives and a suit and just flips and shit. Like, come on.
He's very athletic. It's crazy.
Even chills. Overall, the match was just utter bullshit. I was just sick and tired of hearing Lana and Naomi commentate. And
honestly, I forgot they even fought.
That's the same with me, because it's like, this women's tag division is going to shit. This is why I'm just going to keep shitting on it until it's done and over with, and they never speak of it again. You know, you want to... Yes, they will. It took them 30 years to not talk about the old women's tag team titles that they had back then. when Vince's dad was running the
I
company.
don't. Like. I hate to disagree with you, but I don't think so, bro. I think like I get it. I get it. Like I feel like like I get it. Like you want them to do better with these females, and yeah, we're not getting that right now, Hazel. And I know it irks the shit out of you, but sadly, everything needs time. You even said it last week. You said everything needs time. So therefore, you got whether you hate it or not, Hazel, you have to give these women time, bro. You shit on them every week, but yet
But here's the thing, though. There's limited excuses for this. At this point, they weren't even focusing on the women in this match. They were just focusing on the fucking sommelier.
that's true, and that's what happened.
That's the problem. If you're gonna focus on the women, focus on the women.
Yeah,
Stop
but
focusing on this one thing that you're trying to give too much attention to.
you know whose fault it is?
That's the booking. That's what I'm talking about.
The booking, but also it's also if you had a boss with the right mindset, then all these things that people are booking, and because it has to get confirmed by Vince McMahon first. Point period. It has to get confirmed from him first. So when a company is run by a old man like that is still thinking of the old school way, we're never gonna get an improvement. Now when he goes down, and then let's say Triple H take over, then maybe we could start seeing something like that. Because look at NXT. NXT is Triple H's baby. Every female that has been on NXT, they doing shit with, bro. Like except the ones that the extra ones that they showed on that night where they show all the females that are in NXT. But NXT are doing the right things with the females. But that's why you need a younger person to run the business. Because somebody like Vince McMahon, he's gonna constantly shit on the females. He's gonna shit on them in some kind of capacity. But the ones that he like, he's gonna shoot them to the moon.
Look, I'm just saying, like, overall, there needs to be something.
It does.
Something needs to be fixed here. And I'm not blaming the women here. It's all booking's fault. It's all booking's fault. But in general, this whole women's division really needs the help. Just like I say about the tag division, that needs help too. The fact is, like, they rely on the same women. They don't rely on the people that they bring in. That's not fair because they could bring in more fucking eyes than what your current women's roster are bringing in. It's not fair. It's not fair to us because people are already sick and tired of Nia Jax. People are tired of Shayna Baszler. Mm-hmm. People are tired of certain women like this. Like already, people are tired of Sasha Banks again after all the fucking losses that she's gone through as champion.
No lie, yo, that's so true.
As fucking champion. Do you know how many times we do predictions and we never bet on Sasha Banks? Yeah, and it's most likely because the company's shitting on her. They shit on her completely. And I feel bad because it's like you're trying to build up this woman for Mania to go against this woman. And the fact that you put her in these tag matches over and over and over and over, and she has to be the one to eat the pin, and she's the reigning defending champion. You're making her fucking weak, and she's not a fighting champion. She is just a loser. And I'm not trying to diss Sasha Banks. That's just how booking is doing that.
Like the only reason I get aggravated because sometimes when you say stuff like that, I like you like in a way you make it seem like you're like it's these females, but it's definitely not their fault, man. They're just doing what is asked.
I'm not trying to blame them directly. It's just I only blame them for the fact that when they have to deal with shit like this, they're the ones that are saying yes to this shit that's happening. They're the ones that have to say yes when they're told they have to eat the pen. And it's just like, what kind of sense does that make? It's like still stand up for yourself and just try to correct something. They still do backstage politicking in 2021. Like, do something about it. You're the champion. Do you want to look weak or do you want to look strong going into Mania? Because right now you're looking pretty fucking weak in my eyes.
Yo, but you ain't even hear what Bianca Belair was telling her. She was like, "Yo, get it together." Like she's like, "That's not my problem." She said, "That's your problem."
Still, even if Bianca Belair says that in kayfabe world, that's Sasha Banks' problem. In the real world, that's Vince McMahon and the writing's problem. Our main event before we go to the actual final segment of the show, our main event is basically Braun Strowman versus Elias again.
A squash match because Elias once again whooped his ass. I mean, Braun Strowman once again whooped his ass. This was a no.
And Shane McMahon is basically faking his injury.
Yeah, like I knew he was doing. I knew that I knew he was faking it. He was faking it because he didn't want to face Braun right away. He wanted to just keep getting him mad every week. So then finally,
it's gonna be a false count anywhere match at Mania. Shane McMahon is going to get choke slammed, or he's going to get running power slammed right off the pirate ship into just some crazy contraption. They're gonna do something crazy, and I get it. Like, the match in general is going to be like, it's going to kick ass because it's Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman could take a few potatoes here or there. We're talking about a guy that got kneed in the head by Brock. No, that got a straight up potato to the dome by Brock Lesnar.
Fuck that!
He's like, slow the fuck down.
He said, "Hold that."
So look, the match was stupid. It was dumb. It just didn't. Again, it's just something to pass the time. I was just mad that this was the main event.
Yeah,
like this had to be the final match of Raw.
I'm like, this is the final match. Yeah,
I'm like,
Hold on. I'm right here. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I mean, like, when I see Braun Strowman, I think it's just this monster and everything. Not this character that they're trying to portray him as now, and it's just so fucking. Oh my god! It's like if you go to it's very bland and it's awful. It's very awful. It's like if you go to a Denny's and I'm an actual witness to that. It's like if you go to Denny's and you want to order food for the first time there because you've never eaten it, and you hear all these great reviews that Denny's is the fucking greatest food of all time, and then you take a bite out of it and it's just like, this shit is horrible. That's what this whole angle is. It is a bad day at Denny's. So earlier within the show, we had, Alexa Bliss looking like she just stole all the cocaine that I used to hide from people and just put it all in her face on her playset. And Randy Orton wants to summon the Fiend out to the ring. So we get there. So before we see Randy Orton carrying this black bag, and he's walking down the ring, and he's just waiting for the Fiend to come out. And it's basically the same shit that sort of transpired, but at Fastlane. But this time it's different. The Fiend comes out, and he's standing in the middle of the ring, and he's just standing there. He's standing there like a mannequin in Times Square trying to make a daily living. And Randy Orton goes to the corner. He opens the black bag. It's a canister filled with so-called gasoline, aka it was water. So he pours it on the Fiend. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just like how you just like.
I'm just coming up little by little.
I just like how at this exact moment, this is where you finally just do that. So he's the Fiend is just standing there, and he's standing there, and he's just standing there. He pours the fake gasoline on him. Yeah. Alexa Bliss basically like this distraction. I think there was a spot where did he RKO him?
No.
So why was the Fiend on the floor?
Oh no, he you're right, yeah.
So he RKOs him.
Yeah, he
RKO'd him.
And then he was going after like Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
After Alexa, and then the Fiend just fucking get popped up like boop.
Boom, Sixer Abigail. Except this time, no sexy OnlyFans pins, because Mrs. Orton don't like that shit that happened at Fastlane. But you know what? That also got Randy Orton under fire too, because I mean, bro, your wife watches this shit. You don't think like she's gonna get mad that someone that's dressed up like a little girl is on top of you?
Once again, she can't say nothing, boy. She better take that up with Vince. You can't say nothing, boy. It's Vince. I say it all. Everything that happens is Vince McMahon, bro.
It's Vince and it's the writing, because this is what the writing basically gave them. It's like, this needs to happen. This pin has to happen. And you want to know why it has to happen? Because of the memes, bro. Because the memes are coming. All right. So yeah, Alexa Bliss got a lot of heat, but Randy Orton got some heat too from that. And it's like, so the way he tries to get out of it is by, dissing his own wife and throwing Soldier Boy in this whole mix, because we forgot to talk about that whole shit. This whole thing with Soldier Boy beefing with everyone in WWE.
Soldier Boy ain't got no life, but he ain't got nothing better else to do, bro.
This nigga went from stupid music, this nigga making a Ferrari, making a toy car a piece of jewelry, his own gaming console from China, and taking all of Nintendo's games. Almost went to prison for it. And now this nigga's dissing Randy Orton and everyone in WWE. Bro, somebody needs to find him a father. So, because someone needs to beat the shit out of him.
Yo, Randy be dragging him. I ain't gonna lie. Randy be wilding on him.
So yeah, he throws him on there, and he basically says, "Oh, hey Soldier Boy, can you tell my wife that this is fake?" And I'm like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?"
Randy is a beast, bro. I'm telling you, nobody could come at Randy, bro. Randy's always gonna have something to say, bro.
I mean, so yeah, with all that shit that transpired at Fastlane, that shit was not gonna happen on Monday Night Raw, especially on some PG shit. Oh, Randy Orton said bullshit. Like, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm like, yes, more cursing. I get it, because it's WrestleMania week. You want to hype it up, so you got to say bullshit. Like, you get one bullshit.
Yeah, you get one word. You get one curse. Use it wisely.
No. In WWE terms, one person gets to say bullshit within the week.
Everybody else
got to wait their turn. This week is Randy Orton. Next week, it'll be Alexa Bliss.
Imagine.
And then the following week, it'll be Bobby Lashley again. And then the go home show of WrestleMania, before Mania, it'll be Drew McIntyre.
Oh my God, bro.
And then you could have Bad Bunny say all the Spanish curse words at Mania, because they're not going to censor it.
Yeah, because they don't know what he's saying.
Unless if you're watching WWE in Spanish, then they'll censor
you're watching WWE Espanol.
That shit will get censored.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, puta madre, beep, beep, beep.
All right, so overall, what do you grade this week's Raw?
I'll give it. They had a few decent segments. It's not like they didn't. It's not like I think it was the week before where they weren't building for anything. It was actually a building up show, like building to some of the matches. So I would say I give it a bar. Oh no, we're doing that or number?
We're doing grades.
So I give it a grade as an A and B and shit like that.
Yeah.
I give it a C.
Everything that took place in this show was.
I'm gonna give it like a B minus. I want to say I'll keep it at B minus.
Mm-hmm. It was average and mediocre at best. I mean, they plugged some stuff at Mania. They plugged way too many things because they had graphics for that shit like seconds before they made the announcement. There was a lot more segments on here than wrestling, which again, it's a 3-hour show. Mm-hmm. You can't really complain about that because there's gonna be more things that happen this week, and then it could be less next week. Who fucking knows? They really gotta stop. They really need to stop with this whole angle with Shane and Braun. Like, I'm hoping after Mania, this whole thing is over. Like, Shane will be gone, Braun will be gone. We don't have to see them. We don't have to see Shane ever again. We don't have to see him for another 2 years. We could see Braun like
I don't think Braun is gonna be gone. Braun is still gonna be there. Probably gonna have something else for him to do, but Shane is probably gonna be there.
I'm hoping so. Like they better at least like do something. Like he could probably be the next person to face Drew. Who knows?
Braun,
Yeah.
that'd be it. That'd be good. That I wouldn't have a problem with. Honestly, that I would not have a problem with at all.
They need to work on the women's division like completely. This whole booking, the everything that they're doing backstage with them, it's not looking so well.
Yeah,
Um, the Hall of Famers, again, congrats. Everyone else that's gonna be in 2020 is also gonna be with 2021. So we're gonna see a lot of people in this one.
that's true.
Is I'm hoping if they do this, I'm hoping they bring Jushin Thunder Liger out so that he could be in the WWE like arena to give his speech and everything.
Oh yeah, because I forgot he was nominated last year, but last
Yes,
year didn't have a
and
Hall of Fame.
he's gonna be on this one.
That's gonna be good. Honestly,
Um,
so good.
but yeah, like overall, oh, we forgot about this. So we went backstage with Bobby Lashley and MVP. That's when the whole chicken shit heel shit began.
Yeah.
He's pissed off about the Hurt Business about Shelton and Cedric not beating Drew. So he goes to the locker room and he sees all these 24/7 guys. And guess who is in that room that doesn't belong there to begin with?
Oh wow, the Ricochet.
That's another one who should be in the Hurt Business.
Much agreed.
And he's like, they put a bounty on Drew McIntyre's head. All these jobbers need to take Drew McIntyre out. Whoever takes him out gets to become WWE champion.
I guess to fight for the WWE
Well,
Championship.
I guess the fight Lashley for the title. I'm gonna give Raw just a solid. I'm gonna give it a solid C. It was pretty okay. It got boring at some parts, but then it picked up here
Yeah.
on end. The Kofi and AJ Styles match was good. The 2-on-1 handicap match was good. Lashley and Sheamus again also good. Rhea Ripley, welcome back to Monday Night Raw.
You still with that, right? Welcome back.
Yeah, because that's not her debut. She debuted last year, dumbasses, and they don't fucking understand that shit. So yeah, I'll give it. You left it at a B minus. I'll give the show a C plus.
Okay, so it's around. So I mean, we could say it's a C. Give it a C.
No, I give it a C plus because then after the C plus, then it's your B minus. So we'll
Okay.
leave it at that, and then we'll just leave it at like a we'll just leave it like at a solid B.
All right.
It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, because it had like I said, it's leading. Like the storyline is continuing now. Now we're getting the ball moving now. Now the
Yeah.
ball moving towards WrestleMania now. So before we end this, I want to show you one thing. So just give me 1 second. Just it's something to with the whole fiend thing. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Oh my god.
Let me in. Yo, bro, I was wearing this in the mall, right? And mad people was looking at me, right? So I'm trying to figure out like what the fuck, why the fuck they looking at me? I forgot I had the fucking fiend face mask like this. I'm just walking in the mall casually, just like this,
Oh my god, man.
just like this, bro. So this is fire. This is probably one of the things that I love that I got for Christmas. My sister-in-law bought it for me, Brittany. Shout outs to you.
Nice.
Thank you. Appreciate this. Dope.
That's dope.
But
I
yeah,
want to try to get like the actual mask. I heard it's like it's not expensive online and shit.
yeah.
So hopefully I give it a shot.
If you do it, if you get it, I'll get it as well. I want to rock it for Halloween, honestly. If I get it, I want to rock it for Halloween.
If I get like, let me see, because there's a possibility that the new like
Version.
the new version might be up for grabs on the shop, and if that one comes out, I'm getting that one.
Like, and they're making an elite figure of that fiend already. Bro,
Yeah, true.
they already announced it. They were like, oh, do you want to see the new fiend as a WWE elite? I'm like, hell fucking yeah, bro. The fuck?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you could find us youtube.com/Ramblemania show. You click on that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, share this with your friends all across the world. News episodes every week. Follow us on the link tree where you can follow all of our audio podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all those other and we get all of the audio stuff sent to you for you all to enjoy and listen to on your regular daily schedules. And during these times, during COVID, you can follow us facebook.com/Ramblemania Show, Twitter @Ramblemania, Instagram @Ramblemania Show, @Banter Club also. Twin, let them know where to find you at.
You can find me on IG, Savage PCPW. Once again, Savage with 2 A's, PCPW.
You can find me on Instagram at iZombies, IZOMB, for J Savage, Hazel the iZombie. We are your inaugural Co-Ramblemania Heavyweight Champions. We are Twin Magic, wishing you all a point and goodies. A2 sweet.
And goodbye, good night, bang.